Alrighty, let's get going. We're working on more asset stuff today. Oh, let me move this over a bit. So we're going to be cleaning up assets, making sure our culling is defined on them, and kind of just, working a little bit more on Blender. What does that one look like? It's linked to the old one for some reason. So weird. You're not filtering anything, but there's nothing else. Weird. Oh, yeah, there's gaps in it. MFD console large. Hollow Mount has a mesh. I don't see a mesh instance there. Oh, this one. I don't see any imported meshes either. Unless it comes from this one. Yep, trading P. I don't see any. Mhm. There we go. Cockpit chip.hollow.mesh is using it. And I don't see where we're actually extracting this mesh from. It says it's in our cockpit prefab, but. Oh. And I think all these emissions. I'm not sure what we're going to tackle today art-wise. I'm going to organize more of this internal stuff. are all these materials still here? If we're not using them yet. They're not orphaned. Yeah, there's a power box here. What? But I think I do. We already have this in a blend file, right? Power box. Yeah, because this one is marked as an asset from here. Okay, so this is the power box by itself. So there is one. So this doesn't need to be in here. Hey, Revere, how's it going? It goes good. Yeah, and my James is back. Well, I'm just cleaning up assets today. There we go. How are you doing? What are we working on tonight? We're working on asset stuff. I'll show you what I've been working on lately. So this is a mining ship. This is the rock crusher. And what I'm doing is just gray boxing out all of the hull. Like where things are going to be, space, all that kind of stuff. Just give you a quick little tour. And a lot of this is not like final design. It's very blocky because it is literally just a blocked out representation. Okay, so we have our cargo, for all the cargo containers. Sleep habitation module. Too bad I didn't know how to use that program. I'd run your piping system. Well, yeah, that kind of knowledge really helps. It's just Blender. It helps kind of figure out, you know, what we're like that, like pipes and everything, and stuff for cables and stuff really helps flesh out the design. Especially like going up through to the front. But there she is. She's like half. She's kind of like modeled loosely, halfway between something like the Bebop or something like an older fishing vessel. Kind of half 60s dragster. Engines on this model are going to be, of course, bigger. I just wanted to get something kind of prototyped. But yeah, she's gonna have a kind of like a little arm system coming off of the front, with the dual tractor beams for pulling stuff in, and then the gimbaled laser cutters will be on the side. Binge watched that last week. The ship they had was big, yeah. Yeah, the original Bebop wasn't so bad. The one in the anime series. But this is like big enough, you know? Ideally, I want to get ladders in instead of stairs. Stairs just makes it easier for me to run around. I do, yeah. I don't generate. I try to move a lot of stuff into Blender as best as I can. Which is one thing that I realized from my Unity exports is that Godot by default with GLTF files doesn't enable backface culling unless you have backface culling enabled yourself. So like there's a lot of stuff that Unity just kind of did for us. And now I have to go in and kind of, you know, fix things, make sure that, you know, they're actually working as intended. I'm gonna put in all the floor pieces and everything. Kind of, I'm still kind of not 100% sure yet on the dimensions, so that's why I'm not like, you know, putting in all the wall details and putting in the actual floor panels and things like that. So I'm going to commit to it at some point, but I'm just kind of continually resizing it. She might be a bit longer yet. I'm not sure. I created all these rules for myself, right? So a medium panel is 24 by 32. Can you build like actual size? What do you mean? I mean, it is actual size. Oh, could I build like a Bebop variation that's actually size? I will, yeah. I'm trying to keep all the medium ships within 32 meters because that's the hangar size for medium. Once we surpass medium, then I'm going to have a docking collar on the ship. 1 meter is actually 1 meter. Yep, 1 meter in Blender is actually 1 meter. So if you go into Blender, just install it, and you make a default cube, it's 2 by 2, and you can just go in and set the dimensions here. You can kind of use it like CAD, right? Like if you want it to pretend, and I'll just show you a quick little tour. Like so, this is the way that I recommend doing some of this stuff. Like so, by default, don't need a camera, don't need a light. Click the object, and brings up the size. So you can kind of set this to be 1 meter. Like it is in real scale, right? So, and apply that scale. So this is a 1 meter box. And what you can do when you're grabbing stuff, you can extrude 0.5. You can type it in just like CAD, right? So you could actually like take a side and extrude just the side Y 8 meters, right? And like extrude it X 4 meters. And you know, so you can really, you know, and you have the grid anyway, but you have right a lot of stuff here, you know, at your disposal. I'm just putting it on the grid just so you can kind of see it. And when you're doing your pipes, what I recommend doing is adding a path. So this is a path, and by default, a path just has like, 5 nodes on it. You can go into the path, which is a curve. Go to geometry and move this over here. So you can create a path, go into the geometry, go to the bevel, and you can set how many meters. So 0.1 meter depth. And now I have a 0.1 meter pipe. And what's cool about doing it this way is you can just extrude more of them, right? And as you move them around, right, they curve automatically. So all you have to do is subdivide them to give it more detail, right? Because obviously if you're subdividing it, and then you can just kind of you can change then on the fly. So that way you're only doing the center of your pipes, right? But if you want, like I don't know what is needed for a lot of the ships. Like I've created the concept of how some of the stuff works, but I hadn't really thought about like water flow, and cooling and like little things like that. So those are like just little things that we can kind of do to make pipes, more. Now you can also do this. Like I can get rid of this curve. Let me show you another thing you can do as well in Blender. Is we can get rid of this bevel. Okay, and then totally separate. I can create, let's say, a cylinder. And I know I'm not really showing. I'm showing you like what you can do. Okay, so I'm just going to just kind of as an example here. I'm gonna take this thing, move it over here to the end of the pipe, and like apply the scale on this thing. So let's just pretend that this is something fancy. I don't know what I'm doing here, but maybe like something stupid like this or whatever. And we'll get rid of the end caps. Yeah, just some old random old thing, right? That we just have, yeah, just make it italic. Okay, so I made this thing. Now what's cool is you can go to this, right? We can go to our modifiers. We can add an array modifier. We're gonna go on the, oh, let me apply the rotation here. So we're going on the X, so we can like add as many of these as we want. But what we're gonna add is we're gonna add a curve modifier to it. We're gonna pick that curve we made. And now, as we add more, and we come back along the curve, so it's actually using the curve, right, to so now, like without knowing anything about this piece, you can go back to your and now you have some funky shit, like whatever you want to call this, so you can do like kind of stuff like this, which I think is super cool. You can like yeah, fit length too. You can you can do end caps, like custom objects for end caps. There's the obviously it's a little bit more complicated, but just different ways, right? So if you did want to make the thing a custom object, you can, right? Or you can just let it be a path and add a bevel to it. You know, you can totally. Because a lot of the times you'll add like a custom material to it, and it'll chamfer, fillet. What's a chamfer? Chamfer. Yeah, and you can like you know, there's a lot of creative liberties. But a lot of times, like when you have the design done, you'll bake all that detail into the material, so it'll still be a very basic, lower quality cylinder. Oh yeah, I didn't want to offset it. Because you can set the resolution, right? You can say I want the resolution to be just one. Now it's like really bad, but you'd never notice it if you had materials on it, unless you're looking, you know, outside of it. The only thing that bothers me about Blender is the hundreds of shortcuts. I know there's thousands of them. It's crazy. But you can do some cool shit. What I'd like to do for a lot of them too, Omenerves, is build out a bunch of wiring that's underneath the panel and bake all of it out as one material, like the whole thing out as one texture. And then, you know, with all the normal maps, so it has like depth, and then put it one half of an inch, like maybe 2 inches below the existing hexagon panels. So then it looks like you're looking down into them, and there's all this extra wiring going along the bottom of the, you know, of the ship, but it's not real, you know, it's just, you can't get down there, so it's in the core. That's what I've been going through and like updating all the materials and making sure that they're. It's not the most entertaining thing, because it's a lot of just fixing stuff, you know. There's a lot of stuff that's like, you know, a little bit of Z fighting. Like there's stuff here that's not technically, you know, supposed to be exactly like on the point. Maybe we need to move it in just 1 meter. Or 1 inch. But a lot of this, you know, a lot of this stuff needed to be done a long time ago, you know? And then when I got everything moved over to Godot, I was just in a rush to get things kind of working. And sometimes you just got to take the time to make sure that you're kind of cleaning up the assets. And you should make like holes, spots for modules like laptop station. You just unplug and go. You can like plug in a different laptop, that kind of thing. Yeah, no, that's definitely something that I do want to do. We have a data pad, like an old PDA. I don't know if you looked at Ed's kind of laptop. What? It's like there's a natural sharp here. That doesn't exist up here. Well, it's interestingly enough, this. Cabinet front. Do I have this one in the project already? So yeah, I want to start layering in stuff in the components. Like a lot of this materials are nice. Mm. Yeah, I don't even think I had this one exported. Component cabinet X. This was just a prototype. Is that Winamp? It's actually not Winamp. It's I'm using double size because my DPI is insane, but this is actually Audacious. And Audacious has a Winamp Classic mode, and it actually takes all of the original Winamp skins. So these are all the ones I used to use back in XMMS because it also supports like XMMS skins. But yeah, it's called Audacious, and it's actually great. You could actually still run the old version of Winamp, but it'd be kind of shoddy. So I changed the icon. Alright, power box should be good. I'm getting all the assets pretty much prepped to do the medium fighter as well. Probably run around the higher XP out of him. Oh, what an update. Yeah, it's too bad that the preview is backwards because the my asset's backwards. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll flip these around in Godot on the prefab level. Yeah, because that's supposed to be the back. Yep. Yeah, and then once a lot of this stuff is actually working, I wanted to do all this work again. It's just a matter of like not organizing assets in the first year of working on the game. Because all of the assets should be here, tagged, labeled. If I want to drag out more of them, I just bring them in. No messing around. You know, just link them. Right, like everything should be like this, and then these instances, then like when they go in, when they get exported in the Godot, right, these can be imported then as their associated prefab, and you know, I don't have to worry about having all these in the single blend file. We need to get at, and we need to, let's see, where is this? Combat ship light. Combat MFDs. Yeah, I want to go back and redo a lot of these as well. But that's gonna be like this week's Cummings challenge is gonna be getting the. I want to get the mining ship flyable, and I want to get the combat ship in the game. You know, in the main build, and not just the gray box version. It shouldn't really take it that long, but. I don't know why we're not just mirroring this thing anyway. Because rotation is not applied. Why the pedals aren't in the cockpit? Oh yeah, this one's... Because the seat note is there. Let me see if the seat... Yeah, there should be a combat seat. Apparently I didn't set these. So this is the design. Gimbals. Yeah, so what seat is that? It's in the cockpit. But I didn't see a seat when I had the cockpit open. Unless that's a different linked scene. So this is the ship that we're gonna get in the game this week. Yeah, it's weird. So we can get a little bit more fun art on it. And it'll be a lot better for the NPCs, at least right now, to use the combat ships. There's our colliders. This is the one for the Unity. Oh, I have thruster nodes. Combat ship light. Yeah, I'll bring the thruster configuration in separate. Right, all this little nuance is just stuff that are using the wrong materials. Your engine design. I don't even see where these. Where are these being linked from? Here. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, so let's export these as two separate. Add that chip. Cluster nodes. And our origin is good. I remember exporting this one in here. Yeah, they have colliders here exported as well already. Yeah, I'm gonna use the one that I already exported and redo them again. Seems like I started doing this, but I didn't finish it. Okay, so they're not set up. Combat ship light cockpit. What is this? Where is this from? Yeah, this old cockpit that I'm referencing. has the seat instance in it. Which is this one. So weird. Find that seat. Link it. I want to change this. All right, so I'm going to put an empty there and copy it over to the gray box. Okay, there's a seat node, and we're going to make that combat seat be normal. What are you working on? The shredder cockpit? No. No, this is actually for the main ship. Or sorry, for the one of the main combat ships that I'm just putting together in Godot now. Just kind of re-exporting everything. It's this one. But that said, I have been working on the concept a bit more. Getting some Origin vibes. Yeah, it's kind of like a bebop meets a '60s roadster. Ignore some of the lighting here, but you know, obviously it needs more detailing. It's still very early, but it's starting to actually like shape up to be, you know, functional, and that's all I care about right now. Is that it works. And I ran into an issue with Godot. With a lot of my materials coming in as GLTFs, having backbase culling not enabled, which is really my fault because in my Unity workflow, it just assumed based on normal direction, you know, where the face was facing. Like face direction was honored, but not materials, right? The materials just kind of automatically came in and worked. But here I have to go into Blender and kind of redefine. See a little bit of Z fighting still happening, but I've been going through and cleaning up the assets. So pretty much we have you know, enough storage here to be able to, you know, have a full 2 skew high by 4 skews. That's a 4 by 4 space. So it's perfect for just loose stuff. You know, we still have the big on the underside we have the massive ore canister. So in here, and look, backface culling is working. Right, so the canister's in there, and they're still yeah, it's actually working much better. So soon we'll be able to sit down in it and fly it around. But right now, let's work in progress. Like engine's got to be a lot bigger, of course. But I don't dislike it. You know what I mean? I can definitely see myself making some changes or whatever, but there's a lot of potential here. So we'll see when we get into the gameplay. Yeah, so that's about that's what we're working on. So we're just kind of going through. I've been still going through Blender assets, marking them, you know, in the library and organizing everything. I want to get to a point where we're dragging and dropping, you know what I mean, prefabs and not necessarily spending too much time. I want to get more into level design. It's very nice. Do you want that clean look, or do you want to get some palm slapped into it? All of it I want to eventually bring into Substance and, you know, have it be a little bit better, you know? What is its origin, though? How's it going, David? Where are some of these origins so bad? Yeah, I have a combat seat there. What is this one? I'm gonna just call this one gray box real quick. I want to see what the other one's about. Yeah, I've done this already, but why is it? Parallax offset mapping, basic details, sum of normals, bumps that can calculate vertices, cheap way to add detail without increasing mesh density. Cheap between commas, not exactly cheap. It increases cost as it fills the screen. Yeah, I gotcha. I have a combat ship that I've made. New here. How is the switch from Unity to Godot? Very really good. It wasn't too bad. I don't know why I made this one and why its centering is here. It's like I've cleaned it up more effectively. No, I haven't. Where's the origin? No, actually, no, I have. Yeah. I don't know. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, it's been pretty good. Here's the game. It's called Unforgiven Space. It is a space transport, piracy, space opera, inspired by Elite and Star Citizen, where you're just a space trucker in the verse, you know, buying and selling goods, trying to make money. It is multiplayer, right? Has physicalized components. Everything in the ship is upgradable. And most of the stuff is pretty much done as far as converting it over from Unity, and now I'm just having to redo a lot of nuanced things that were really done poorly in the beginning anyway. So I'll be working on the game full-time in 3 weeks from now. 64-bit doubles for transforms. Being able to go 80 million kilometers away and everything still be stable, like being able to have a whole star system, you know, without rebasing, because, you know, multiplayer game. The whole Unity fiasco was the catalyst, you know. And I was having a load of issues with netcode and different netcode solutions. And if ultimately I was going to write it from scratch anyway, for it to do what I wanted it to do in Unity, because this was precursor to netcode for entities and netcode for game objects. Hey, I'm missing something on chat here. It's Antics. Hello from YouTube. Looking good. You're sticking with it? Oh yeah, hey John. Yeah, that was the you know, the catalyst for the Switch, and now I just want to get, you know, the goal for the end of the summer is to have the fully vertical multiplayer, you know, working vertical slice. A lot of stuff already works. So like the cargo mission, there's a lot of stuff that works in a bubble, and I want to get it in here. Like I want to be able to do delivery missions, from a few stations, you know, just to kind of get a feel for it, get the traversal, everything working. NPCs need a little bit more work, you know. Still fighting assets, but I wanted to get further into the art and explore you on the YouTube. But yeah, that's the game. If you have any questions, Cappy Star, feel free to ask. There's definitely a lot in the. There's a lot to finish. But the downside, I used a package called Unidot to move everything over. And Unidot did an amazing job converting over most of the assets, but I still ultimately needed to go through a lot of them and re-import them. You know, there was a pretty much one-to-one conversion of a lot of the prefabs. Like things just, you know, made it really easy to just work. But a lot of things with the skeleton missions, some like just things weren't perfect. You know what I mean? But they were good enough to kind of like, you know, get the ship working and bring in all the, you know, the assets. But now I'm going into Blender and like re-importing them with specific settings and kind of changing all the tags and changing, like, you know, just optimizing the workflow a little bit more. So yeah, so this video is mostly like me cleaning up assets right now. How is CD script compared? I have no idea. I don't use GD script. I converted over all of my code pretty much one-to-one, all 600 scripts. I wouldn't touch GD script personally. It's just my own opinion, of course. I know there are people that, you know, love GD script, but I'd rather just use the code already written in Unity. So that's what I've done. I have not changed, you know, programming languages. All the AI systems and everything are pretty much the same. How's it compared? Very Python-like, yeah, would be the answer to how. Oh, yeah. It's like if you're coming over from Unity, it's pretty good. Like, there's not much. You know, there's a lot. There was a lot less documentation, but I don't really think that's the case anymore. Most of the stuff now is pretty straightforward. Have you been using GitHub? No, I haven't used GitHub Copilot. I don't have a license for it, or can't necessarily afford it. I don't spend too much time trying to figure things out, I guess. So I don't normally get stuck to a point where I've used a lot of Chat GPT for certain things, for sure. You know. There is a seat node. Oh, that's the one that I put there. Yeah, why would I have the origin of the seed? So high. And I keep doing what I was doing. Like, I made a better seed. Cleaned it up. And then, like... Yeah, I don't get the origin. I don't understand why I put the origin here. Hey, thanks for the Twitch Prime. Hell yeah. But that's the pitch, right? And the game is developed, you know, through you guys, through Patreon. So Patreon Monolithic is my studio, and I do pretty much builds every week. There wasn't a build last week, and I haven't really been doing my updates. I've been posting them specifically in the Discord because it's been very minor changes and not like major changes. But well, that's the idea. The memberships are like the $5 tier. You just reserve your handle and you can just play the game. When I say play the game, I mean test the game in the most ridiculous. You probably don't want to do it sense, but it's there for those that want to support the project. And I do have a $10 tier, which gives you your own little hab in the main apartment in the Patreon, server, and you can customize this. But that's not fully working yet. I got to finish my API changes for Godot, and then this will all be working again. But that's the idea. That's how the game is funded, and right, if you're curious to see how things played out in the last build before we switched, there's just so many cool clips. But in features, so we're gonna start. Yeah, so this is where we were when we stopped in Unity, and of course, since moving into Godot, we have a lot more stuff done on a lot more things, but simultaneously there's still stuff that needs to be ported. And of course, Discord for anyone's interested. Yeah, I don't know why I was sticking down. Yeah, because this was totally not. I feel like I was redoing the seat. It's the same thing here with this one, right? The pedals should have their own node. Alright, so it should be the pedals node. And then this. Yeah, that's the old seat node, and there's the pedals node. And that should be accurate. I hate that it does that whenever you re-import. Every now and then when it re-imports a new GLTF, it'll like stick it in every single scene. If you close that scene and open it, it's fine, but I don't trust it. Right, so there is the pedals node, and if we take our actual pedals, oh, I know, that's right. Yeah. And then, so there should be a node for the flight stick. And for the throttle, but I didn't see those set up either. I don't know why I made this cockpit. Well, I get that I created all these empties to help myself when exporting these into the engine from the design, but can I change how the empty looks? Or make them like smaller? Oh, maybe this one was created for the seat. Oh, and then it probably explains why. Why it's moved like that. Because we're centering it on the original horizon line of the seat. I'm actually curious. Let me combat seat gray box. Let me mark this as an asset. Remember, kids, name your nodes. I know. Mungalo will be rolling. Combat seat gray box. Let's go ahead and export this guy. Actually, let's before we do that, let me just go and grab this terrible color and throw it in my viewport display. It's not a lot of work, you know? We only have two basic materials, and then in future, when we start detailing this stuff, the assets won't be too bad. Yeah, because here's one that I marked from before. So I feel like I've already kind of done this, but I think this is going to be the one that we're going to be using. How well Godot handles blended materials? For the most part, yeah. For the most part. But just like I got kind of stuck with the you know, we're right now Godot is working too good. Because by default here in Blender, if I don't go in and set backface culling on the materials manually, it doesn't assume it. It really honors what Blender wants, you know? And this was an issue this is why I'm re-importing a lot of stuff. So you gotta make sure in your materials, you're setting your backface culling. Because in Unity, you would already assume that. And now that I remembered to do that. And let's see how well this actually works. So in this seat node, it's wrong. But in the other seat node that I have created, it's perfect. Yeah, so this was the actual position that it's supposed to be. And we'll go in and change these materials after to map to the real leather. I do have a custom material for the seats and everything, but and let's just compare this real quick to the original. Yeah, it looks about right. Yeah, that's right. So that's exactly what I did. So I've already fixed the seat and cleaned it all up. And it's funny because I don't remember doing that. But hey, whatever. Cool. Okay, so we have now our throttle node and our flight stick node. I need to fix this one as well. Did you implement the house with the wider hallway yet? Can we use the couch? Did you implement the house with the wider hallway yet? Can we use the couch? The house with the wider hallway. I don't remember the house with the wider hallway. I gotta fix this pretty fast. Let's start getting organized. Go to our 3D. and start actually setting up our assets. So Art 3D. You were joking about having a couch that could fit the hallway of the first player house? Oh, for the original hab? Yeah, I think the original habs are gonna go away. Oh man, no, why is it like this for all of them? I hate this. ClickUp updated itself and I hate it. I absolutely hate these extra filters. Like, why don't they go across the bottom like they used to? Like, I just want my tags. Thanks. Hope you're well. Yeah, it's been. I've been working on renovations of the house, and the renovations of the house are taking a long time. And I'm literally just, I need to move, you know, and get it done. We have 3 weeks before we go full time. I think it should be required to rotate it around a lot to get to the door. Yeah, I think so too. And it does fit like fine through the door, because the door is not a 1 meter door, it's a 2 meter door. It's not really 2 meter because there's obviously a buffer, but it's within a 2 meter. I think they're like 1.6 or something like that wide. Okay, active sprint. Let's see, what are we doing? We're not doing this today, so redo. We'll say a re-import. It's technically a redo. Re-import. Throttle. So we're gonna fix the throttle. Brush material. Fix Godot throttle prefab. Fix animation tree for throttle state. And fix IK points on throttle for left hand. I've been messing with stylized post-process and trying to rethink my materials and textures. One of the guys the other day, yesterday's stream, gave me the idea of maybe we should consider trying an anime shader to see what it looks like, to see if we can make it look like Cowboy Bebop kind of a deal. Just, you know, just as an aesthetic try when the new when Godot 4.3 comes out. And I don't know how, you know, like it's not really changing any of the assets. I'll just, you know, add some type of post-process effect to it. And so it'll be like something between like Borderlands / you know. That's what I mean. Yeah, if it looked heavy metal, it would be amazing. And yeah, that's exactly. And it would save if it looked good, it would save so much material work. It would be insane, like the amount of work it would save. And you know what it would allow as a focus shift. So it's something that I'm going to consider looking at anyway. Yeah, so that old throttle can go. But this one, for the time being, can go back in there. So there should be a hollow projector mount. Cool. And we just need the MFGs. And that's probably where I'm going to end it for tonight. And I'll get this thing put in. There was supposed to be like a culling. There was a floor on this thing. And I wonder why it doesn't exist. I mean, that's where the pedals go. Yeah, 'cause there's nothing else in here. Right, because these mounts, are they on the design? They are. So these are already in. So it's really just getting the gimbals put back on. The thruster configuration is already done. So it really won't take that long to get this thing flyable. And then replace the NPC ships with these guys. I want to try to really do a bit more LOD work on this particular one too, so we can get many of them on screen. I can't wait to get back to doing some features again. That's the trick. You have to drive yourself crazy with art and assets and just keep working on stuff and working on stuff, and then that'll motivate you to work on features. And then when you get back to coding again, you do all kinds of crazy shit. And then you get back to it's like an endless cycle. Do a bit of art, do some programming, do some art, do some programming. There's a muted spot in this. Yeah, so we need, so the MFDs, see, I'm trying to get to the habit of like finding things in our asset library. They should be marked in the asset library. Okay, and then we'll get these exported. You know, I wish recent actually worked. I wish recent actually, remembered where you last exported something to. It really doesn't. It drives me crazy. It's always where I last opened something from for a lot of this stuff, but maybe it's just me. Okay, so I do have combat MFDs. They need work. They'll do. Yeah, I don't know why I never just like extended the stand. I don't understand like why I never just like Was there something to do with the ship plate not being known at that point? Alright, chat, I'm going to get ready to end it there, I think. I'm going to go raid someone. I think that's going to be it for today. Just a little bit more asset organization. Yeah, I wonder if that hologram projector is going to be kind of a pain in the ass. It doesn't give us a high field, but it's kind of hitting here. Yeah, she might be a little bit too thin. Maybe not though, maybe that might be fine. Yeah, we could like kind of bring the seat, because we have all this space behind. We could bring the player back. Yeah, back and a bit above. Yeah. Oh yeah. That, yeah. So yeah, there's definitely room here. Yep, I'll play with it. Get it working first. Yeah, so that's what we'll do tomorrow. We'll fix the throttle. We'll keep fixing prefabs. Keep organizing things. Kind of just do a bit more prep work before the summer hits. No leave, only suffering. What was that? Oh yeah, hang on. It's my goal. Routinely get stuck actually doing the art. And the programming, for that matter. Oh no. The music is broken. So tired. Did slap. Let's go read did slap. Anyone that I know. Dira create. Yeah, let's go to dead slap. Yeah, thanks. No, we'll get there. I just can't wait to get people playing together. I know that only requires a little bit of API work, and then everything is saving and whatnot. But it seems like it's complicated, but it's not. I just need to things need a bit more polish. Just a little bit more polish.
70. Apparently, I'd just forgotten that one. Okay. Hey, Revere! Raiding with the party of 7. How are you, brother? How was your